Hi there, my name is Peter Hartman, and you're watching The Appreciationist, the pre-show. The pre-show starts every Wednesday at 6:45, or it's supposed to, and it goes until the beginning of the show at 7 p.m. Today we're going to be talking about fantasy meditation. So it's going to be hopefully a fun conversation for us to have here. What are your fantasies? And do you sit down? Do you fantasize? How much time do you spend doing that? What are the benefits of a vivid fantasy? So we're going to be talking about that coming up in the show. The pre-show is just where you can make sure that your webcam works, make sure that your microphone works. If you're having any issues at all, this is where we can help you with that. Make sure that there's no echo and all that good stuff. So right now it's 6:52 p.m. So it's going to be starting in about 8 minutes or so, and it's going to run until 7:30. So if you're here early, just hang tight. The show's going to be starting soon. If you see me moving around or getting up, whatever it is, it's just me getting set up and making sure that everybody who wants to be on board with us, wants to be on air with us today, can be on air. If you want to be on air with us, just follow the instructions that are in the description of the event. You can find that on our meetup page or on the Google description of this event, on our YouTube page, whatever it is. If you just want to do it simply, if you're a member of our meetup, you can just go over to meetup.com/TLOAMTL. That's TLOA as in the law of attraction, MTL as in Montreal. And if you just go there in this event, episode 68, I believe, you can just, 68. You can just scroll down, and in the comments section, I've placed a link. That's a very special link, because all you have to do is click that link, and you'll pop right into the show. Just keep in mind that link is for you to participate live on air with the show. It's happened that people have clicked that link, and all they want to do is watch. If you just want to watch, go to theappreciationist.com and click on live show. That's theappreciationist.com and click on live show. I think I can put the link up here, perhaps, maybe, somehow. Let's see. Effects are not available. Okay, well, I can't put the link up on the screen because I'm not at home, but just go to theappreciationist.com and click on live show to view the show live. But if you want to participate with us with your webcam and microphone, or just your microphone, you don't have to use the webcam, just go to our meetup page and click on that link if you don't feel like following the instructions. Those who follow the instructions in the description just receive a notification that the event is beginning. Receive a notification. If you click that, then you participate with us in the show. And I believe you can also find a link to this on our feed on Google+. But those are all the ways you can join us. The easiest way is just go to meetup.com/TLOAMTL. TLOA is in the law of attraction, MTL as in Montreal. Click on that link and you'll pop right in. So what we're going to do with that now is making sure that everything's set up, got all my papers, all the things that I need, and prepare ourselves for the show, wait for people to come on board. Everybody got the invitation. Hopefully we'll have at least one person to chit chat with, but if it's just you and I think we're gonna have a fun time anyway. But just hang tight. Show starts in about 6 minutes. Time is 6:54 p.m. Show starts at 7 p.m. and we're gonna do our best to end on time today, 7 to 7:30. So come on board. The show today, the schedule, like usual, is introducing the people in the room, moment of appreciation, which is our most important part of the show, where we exercise our appreciation muscles by picking out something good, something worthwhile, something that we appreciate that happened in the past 7 days. And then we move on to the joke of the week, where you get to choose between two words that allow us to choose the joke of the week. And then we have the what a great idea, where I point you towards an idea, product, or service that's worth your attention. And then also there is the topic today, which is fantasy meditation. We're going to talk about fantasies and meditation. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And then we end with a very quick sort of frivolous, superfluous sort of segment called What's for Dinner? And that's where you look back at the past 7 days and you let us know, what did you eat that you enjoyed? Did you eat anything that you enjoyed? It doesn't have to be special. I ate some bread and cheese last night. Doesn't have to be special. It just has to be something that you like, that you enjoyed. Or it could be something that you're about to eat, something that you can eat tonight maybe. It's called What's for Dinner, so feel free. So that's the rundown. We have introductions, a moment of appreciation, joke of the week, what a great idea, topic of discussion, which is fantasy meditation today, and then our last segment, what's for dinner. And then you're free to go. Super easy, super simple. So I'm going to get up just in a quick second here, and I'll be right back. If you have any difficulty coming onto the show at all, just write us a message. Anywhere that you can find us, YouTube, on our Google page, Facebook, anywhere at all, we'll get the notification, and then I'll know you'll want to get on board. Usually we reserve that for the pre-show. So once the show begins, it's a little harder for me to keep an eye on that. Hopefully San, maybe she can keep an eye on that. But if you have any trouble, please just write a message and we'll try to get you on board. I know somebody I was talking to recently had a little bit of trouble, so I'm gonna have to make sure that she gets on. So Sue, I remember you. We're gonna do our best to get you on here. I'll be right back. See?
Good evening.
Oh.
Good evening. Oh, finally I'm here.
Oh, Susan? Is this Susan?
Yes, this is Susan. That's,
Hi.
yeah,
Hi,
I'm fine, thank you.
ma'am.
How are you?
Long
Yeah.
time no see.
Indeed. Good to see you guys.
Could I just have 1 minute to get my
You have 3.
3 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Okay.
Sue, you made it.
Bye.
Okay, finally I made it.
You did, huh?
I just made it, you know.
Good.
Here, you can
Yeah.
look at my stuffed alligator for now until I get back.
Yes,
I'll be right
Samantha, how are you?
Hello, good and you?
Finally I got it.
Good.
So how did you get in? Did you click the link or did you
I just clicked the link.
Good.
Clicking the link just now.
Excellent.
Oh.
Perfect. Great.
Actually, I don't know what did you say before. I just popped in.
Oh, don't worry about it. I just said my regular spiel. I let people know how to get onto the show. I let people know what we're talking about. So today we're talking about fantasy meditation.
Yes.
So it might be a fun topic for us. But I just said the regular things, what we're going to do during the show. Nothing too special.
Okay.
I also said that.
Okay, this is my first time. Maybe I don't need to talk that much. I don't know how to say something. So maybe I listen first and then.
Sure. Well, what I'll do is before we start the show, when our friend comes back, then I'm going to when Anne gets back here, then I'm going to let you guys know what we're going to do. But you're absolutely free to just listen. Anybody who wants to come on the show doesn't have to talk much. Just listen. But you're gonna want to talk. You're gonna want to talk, I think. So,
Anyway.
No pressure.
Yeah, I think after several times I will get used to this.
Perfect. Hi, Alex. Good to see you there.
Isn't it?
Hi, Alex.
Hey.
Can you hear me okay, everyone?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear.
Sounds perfect. So the show's going to start in about a minute, but I'm just going to let you guys know what's going on. So all we're doing, so these are the segments of the show. This is how the show works, okay? It goes from 7 to 7:30, hopefully. Sometimes it goes long, but we're going to try to end on time. So this is the way it works. So the first segment is just introduction. So just say our names. Say hello and our names, that's it. And if there's something that you want to say during your introduction, you can, right? If there's something that you feel like you want to talk about, your website, whatever it is, that's when you can say it. Or you can just, hi, my name is Peter, that's fine. And then the next segment is called A Moment of Appreciation. And that's where we share a moment in the past 7 days that we've had that we appreciate. You understand? Just something that happened in the last 7 days, in the last week, that you liked. Anything. It could be, I enjoyed the weather, I saw a friend, I ate good food, whatever it is. There's nothing special about a moment of appreciation. All it is just challenging us to share a moment of appreciation, to think about it, to come up with something. So it could be anything, right? Anything at all. So that's clear?
Clear.
Okay, perfect. And then after that, it's what a great idea. That's where I give you an idea. It could be a product, a service, a website, a person, something that's worth your attention. So that's my part. You don't have to do anything in there. You just have to listen. And then after that, we have the topic of our show, which is fantasy meditation today. So we're going to be talking about fantasy and the role that can play, and a way that we can use fantasy for a type of meditation. So that's just a conversation we're going to have. You can just listen. You can contribute. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. And then the last thing we do is called What's for Dinner. And what's for dinner is that I ask you, what did you eat in the last 7 days that you liked? Or what are you going to eat tonight? It doesn't have to be special. You could have a delicious apple. I don't care what it is. It's just something that you ate. So it's just that simple. Introductions, a moment of appreciation, what a great idea, topic of the show, and then what's for dinner. So it's really very simple. Cool?
Cool.
Excellent. The only thing you really have to think about is your moment of appreciation, but we're just going to volunteer that today. We're not going to insist that everybody gives it. We're just going to volunteer. If you don't feel like it, no worries. Okay, so we're going to get started with the show.
Make them bigger.
Make them bigger.
Just the whole screen.
The whole screen. There we go. I think we're waiting for one person, but we're going to have to start the show. So I'm going to wait about 30 seconds, and then we're going to start. Is that cool?
Yeah.
So let me get my notes out here. Pen. Good. Excellent. Do you guys have any questions before we start?
I do. At my end, is it bright enough right now, or should I turn on? Okay.
Looks perfect. Yeah. Perfect. No echoes. Everything looks good.
Yeah, it's good.
10 seconds left. 9, 8,
7,
10, 6, 5. Oh my God. 4, 3. I got it. Okay. Good. Okay, so the way I start the show is that I just flip my pen and then we begin. Here we go. Hi, welcome to the show. My name is Peter Hartman and you're watching The Appreciationist. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. On tonight's show, we're talking about fantasy meditation. Fantasy meditation. Does that sound mysterious? Does that sound confusing? I hope so. I hope it's something that we haven't really talked about. We're going to get to that later in the show. But before we do, I just want to say hello to my good friends in the room. Would you guys just want to say your name, introduce yourself real quick? I'll ask you to volunteer because you're not in the same order. We'll start with Alex.
Okay. Maybe
I'm out.
I say first.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sue, since you volunteered, and then we'll go with Alex. So Sue, yeah.
Okay, hello everyone. Good evening. My name is Susan. This is my English name. I have my Chinese name too, but I don't tell you. That's because I will confuse you maybe. So just go with Susan. Okay. It's the first time for me to join this program. So maybe I'm a little bit shy. So don't mind that. Okay, that's it.
Well, that's good, and you can be shy all you want. You're still welcome. Still welcome here. Very, very cool. Thank you very much for joining us, Susan. Your first time on the show. Very cool. Who's next? So I mentioned our friend here, Alex. I don't want to say your name and then have you say your name, but there you go.
Yeah, that is my name. I'm Alex. Hello.
Hi, Alex. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Who's next? Volunteer?
Hi, I'm Anne. Welcome,
Hi, Anne.
everybody. Nice to see you all again.
Nice to see you. So good to see you here. Yeah. Excellent. And we have our co-host, our lovely co-host. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, everyone. I'm Beatty.
Hi, Beatty. Thanks for joining us.
Very nice to see you.
Very cool.
Hello, I'm Samantha.
Samantha Barley, our producer, she's on the show, but she's keeping an eye on our messages just in case anybody's having any trouble. And my name is Peter. You guys know that. That's very boring, so we're just going to jump into the most fun part of the show. So the most important thing we do during the show is called a moment of appreciation. That's where we look back at the past 7 days, we pick out something that we appreciate. It could be something good that happened, and that's easy to appreciate, or it could be something that wasn't so great, but that you can see the value in today, and that's also appreciation. So what we're going to do today, we're not going to insist that everybody speak if you don't want to. We're just going to volunteer for a moment of appreciation. So anybody would like to go first? Lady.
It's me, right?
It's you.
Sorry. Yeah. I took a week off for vacation last week, and I went camping for the first time ever. And my boyfriend found a place in the north. So we did 3 nights, 4 days canoe camping. It was fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
3 nights. Oh my goodness. So your first time.
And canoe camping too. You have to go like far and wow, good job.
Not that far. Not
Oh, no?
super far. On the canoe, I think we did maximum like 2 hours of paddling. That's about it.
That's far, baby.
That's not far at all.
You would never do that.
It's a lot of fun. Well, you could go along the island, like close to the shore, but I mean, our plan was to be close to the shore because we carried a lot of luggage. But then eventually, somehow we went to the other direction. It's not really up to us which direction we go. So somehow we ended up in the middle, but it's not so scary. It was fun though.
Oh, that's really cool. Oh, I'm really glad that you had fun. Really, really neat. Well, that's a really nice moment of appreciation. I don't have anything that good.
Were the bugs bad for camping?
Say again?
Were the bugs bad for camping?
Yeah, I'm very afraid of bugs, and I'm super allergic to mosquitoes, so we brought a lot of repellent. And every time I go into the woods, I have to wear long shirts and pants, and that helps.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The one thing with camping is the bugs. They're an issue, but with enough bug spray and staying in my tent for as long as possible, that kind of helps. Really, really cool. Thank you very much for sharing that with us, Betty. Very cool moment of appreciation. So what we're doing right now, Elvira, just so you know, we're just volunteering a moment of appreciation. So just a moment of appreciation. We're just going to volunteer. We're not going to insist that everybody talk. Anybody else want to volunteer? Alex.
So I've been keeping up the last almost month, going about 5 times to the gym a week, and I pretty much refuse to go less. And so I woke up this morning with like an awful stomach ache, but I knew because of other days I have to take off later in the week, it wouldn't work unless I went to the gym today. So I sat there and I meditated for like 45 minutes until my stomach didn't hurt anymore. And I went to the gym, even if it was like a half workout, because I refused to give in and not get my damn 5 days in. Halfway through being at the gym, my stomach ache got really awful, but I finished what I was doing, and then I got home, and I appreciated it. It was good.
Nice. Good job, man. Good job. You're making yourself do that. Well, what a challenge, right? Going to the gym 5 days and waking up and not feeling like it. That is the sign of willpower, right? When you're using your will to do it, even though you might not feel like it. Very cool. Very nice moment of appreciation, man. Excellent. Who's next?
Maybe me?
Sure.
Susan? Yeah. Actually, in the last 7 days, I don't think I have something really need to appreciate, deserve to appreciate. But I try to find that. But yeah, several days before, a friend showed me the South Shore. There are some attractions. I appreciate that. And actually, I also appreciate my landlord. My landlord teach me English sometimes. Help me with English. And another thing, I think I would like to appreciate God. I'm still alive. I'm healthy.
That's a moment of appreciation. I mean, I think that's really good.
And I also appreciate I'm here now. I joined this program. Finally, I got it. So I can talk here and talk to talk to you, all of you, my friends. Okay,
Excellent.
That's it.
I love that. I never heard anybody thank their landlord before, so that's really, really cool. Really awesome. Yeah. And
my landlord helped me.
Indeed, and yeah, thank God we're alive. I mean, really cool. I think we should all say thank God we're alive. But very, very nice. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that was your first time, and I think you did well. Good job. Excellent.
Thank you.
Who's next? Who wants to beat Susan's moment of appreciation? No, it's not a competition.
No.
It's not a competition.
No.
And
I'll go. Well, last night I had 4 young raccoons in my backyard, and I chased them away. I didn't appreciate. Okay, what I did not appreciate was them coming to bug my fish. Yeah, I feel like I'm quite mummy to the fish to protect them so that they're not food for them. And so I think I have appreciation that my fish are fine. Even though they just have such a short life, and I know I'm trying to appreciate the value of raccoons because they are cute. They're creatures like we are. We all have to share life and everything. But I didn't appreciate their coming to upset the fish. That's all. So I appreciate that everything is well.
Very good. I like that, and thank God there are people like you out there. I know who care about animals, who care about the fish. You know, it's always good to have somebody out there to look out for you, and I think that's true also for animals. Very cool. And you know, raccoons, I think they deserve their space, but you know, they could be somewhere else. I think they could be somewhere else. They don't need to be in your backyard.
Well, they could just be a little pesty sometimes. That's all. So
oh no, just right now. I'm in the city downtown, and I still see raccoons, and so I completely get that. But that's a very nice moment of appreciation, right? Appreciating doesn't have to be always this thing that's super great. It could be something that it might not be so great, but like you can see the value in it. You can sort of find it, and so that's a very excellent one. Very, very cool, Anne. Thank you very much for sharing that. Who would like to go next?
I'm the only one.
You're the only one, yes.
Okay, so today I went to grocery shopping just like an hour ago, and I really appreciated that I parked near the exit, so I didn't have to carry my vegetables and fruits. And then I remembered how a year ago I had to carry this all the way, always have it back all my life on the bus and everywhere, then to home. And today I didn't have to carry it even 1 meter, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, really cool. Oh, that's nice. Look, that's excellent, right? Really cool. A variety of moments of appreciation, looking back, seeing how life was one way, and then appreciating how it's different. Yeah, one day I hope that I never have to carry anything ever again. These days I carry Sam's purse for her, you know, because it's too heavy on her shoulders, right? I walk around.
That is my moment of appreciation.
Oh, no. Okay, so you'll go next. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Elvira. That's really, really cool.
Okay, so mine is, I went recently to the Westmount Park, Library, and Greenhouse. So I've been living in Montreal. Well, I grew up on the South Shore, but I've been living in Montreal for so long, and I knew that it existed. I think I only found out about it last year, the Westmount Greenhouse, and it was beautiful. So I love being in nature. I love exploring the city. I like seeing new things, and so Westmount Park, Westmount Library, and the Greenhouse were just beautiful spaces. I posted some pictures. Some people commented, and I just want to share that because in the middle of the winter, you can go to this greenhouse and just sit. There's like little benches, there's tables and chairs, and so you can just sit and be like basking in this warm, beautiful area. There's like a pond and everything. And so I really appreciated that I pushed myself to like get out. Like I've been thinking about it for a little while, and I was like, okay, just go. You have time today, so go. And it was very calming, relaxing, nice, pretty. Yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Really cool. I didn't know there were pictures. I gotta go check them out.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you for that moment of appreciation. I really love that. My moment of appreciation, well, I kind of have two. So, I mean, of course, I just did comedy on Monday, so that was really awesome. We had people come out to support us, and that's always good to see people, especially people who've heard you do comedy 10 times, and they're still coming out. It's really, really nice. Special thank you to Claudia for doing that. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with her. But I also, Tom and I, my brother and I, we also got invited to perform at the Wiggle Room. So this is going to be a Friday show. It's not a contest. We are finally going to be performing comedy, not as open mic comedians, like official comedians. And we might very well get paid for our work. So it'll be like the first time we'll be like official comedians. And so that's going to be on August 28th, and I'm super happy about that. It came out of the blue. And then there was also...
Well, it's an exciting event as well. It's like people dress up for this event. Peter's going to have to somehow find a way to dress up. So I'll probably wear a dress, and it's like an interesting sort of thing. It's different. It's not just a normal comedy show.
So I'm a little nervous about that. We're really looking forward to it. And Val last week wrote this awesome blog post on her website, Movement Never Lies. It was a beautiful recounting of her journey, and and her appreciation. I really encourage you to go check out the website, movementneverlies.com, and it was just this beautiful, touching thing. I won't even ruin it by telling you what it was, except that it was really heartfelt, and I really loved that. So go check that out. Look, wow, we have so many people in the room. 16 minutes for a moment of appreciation. That's like half our show. But honestly, it is the most important thing that we do. What you're going to find, especially if you pay attention to the show week after week, is that because you have to think about your moment of appreciation, eventually you just start thinking about it during the week. And you start becoming more aware, could this be my moment of appreciation? Could this be my moment of appreciation? So that's why I like to describe it as exercising our appreciation muscles, because it really does make us better at appreciating. And I think it's the most important thing that we do. But there is the second most important thing that we do during the show, and it's called the joke of the week. Okay, the joke of the week. So this is where, okay, so you get to choose between two words. Each word represents one joke, and you pick the word for us to read the joke. Now, keep in mind, the word has nothing to do with the joke. It's just a mechanism by which we choose the joke. Okay, so we have choice between two jokes, and depending on the word you choose, so the words today are imagine and garden. Okay, imagine and garden. So whichever word wins is the joke that we're going to read. So, and I'm going to let you know one joke is funnier, so there is a wrong answer here. No,
I like the two words you chose.
You like them both, huh? Okay, well, we gotta. So what are we gonna vote? So who's voting for?
Just raise your hand.
Raise your hand for imagine. That's
Imagine,
2,
baby.
3, 4. Okay, and for garden. 2, 3. Elvira's not voting for any word.
Garden.
Garden. Okay, well, so it's 3 of us versus 4. Imagine one. Imagine one. Don't worry, that is the funnier joke. So you guys are right. Yeah. There is actually no funnier joke. I just like saying that. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So I'm gonna.
Long one.
No, it's not too long. I'm gonna do my best to read it properly. Here we go. Wow, 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 yeah, wow. Okay. A man asked his wife what she'd like for her 40th birthday. I'd love to be 6 again, she replied. On the morning of her birthday, he got her up bright and early, and off they went to a local theme park. What a day! He put her on every ride in the park. The death slide, the screaming loop, the wall of fear, everything there was. Wow! 5 hours later, she staggered out of the theme park, her head reeling and her stomach upside down. Right to a McDonald's they went, where her husband ordered her a Happy Meal, along with extra fries and a refreshing chocolate shake. Then, it was off to a movie, the latest Disney, and what a fabulous adventure. Finally, she wobbled home with her husband and collapsed into bed. He leaned over and lovingly asked, well, dear, was it like being 6 again? One eye open, she says, you idiot, I meant dress size. The moral of this story is, when a woman speaks and a man is actually listening, he will still get it wrong. So,
Poor guys.
Poor guys, I know. So that's a funny joke. I want to let you guys know for our segment, what a great idea. So this is a little silly, but I was looking at it today, and I just thought maybe some people don't know that this exists. So maybe you've heard about it. You might laugh. But on Craigslist, you guys all know about Craigslist?
Yeah.
Online classifieds. So Craigslist are online classifieds, and they have this section called free. Do you know people post free stuff on Craigslist?
Yeah.
Yeah, chairs and sofas and wood for fireplaces and glasses and like all kinds of stuff. People move and they want to give away stuff, and so you can even get like a fridge or whatever. So people don't want to have to carry it, a guitar, whatever it is. So Craigslist has a free section. So if you ever want to, if you're ever bored, I suggest you go check it out and get some free stuff. I mean, I just think it's really cool. Anyway, that's just an idea out there. I just thought.
Facebook as well. You can go on Facebook, just say Free Montreal. You'll find groups for all sorts of free stuff.
It's cool. We're living in a world where people.
Did you find anything? Did anybody here find anything on that?
I saw a computer chair just yesterday, and I'm actually thinking about going for it. So there's this really nice computer chair. I saw this love seat, but I'm moving soon, so I can't really get more furniture. I was actually surprised at what I found on there. It was really very interesting. So go check it out. Yeah, so I've gone wood for my fireplace. I've gone wood, so that was actually a lot of fun. Wood can be expensive, $7 a bag. Not very cool. Anyway, that's what a great idea. Go check that out. That's at Craigslist.com. The topic of today, fantasy meditation. Do you guys have any idea what I mean by fantasy meditation?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. You don't have to answer right now, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to. But in a moment, I want you, if you want to, and if it's PG-13.
I thought you might come up.
Exactly. I want you to share with me a fantasy that you have, something that you would like to happen in life. Now, it doesn't have to be something realistic, and it doesn't have to be something that you're working towards. Okay, this is the point about fantasy. Fantasy is just a fanciful way of thinking, and it doesn't necessarily have to be. Some people I meet, the only time they visualize in their mind is when they're visualizing to make something happen, right? They're visualizing to make something happen. But I want people to visualize just for the fun of visualization, just for the fun of what it feels like, conjuring up images in their mind and thoughts in their mind that help them feel a little bit better. And I always think it might be a good idea for people to have a place that they can go to in their mind when you close your eyes. And the place that I go to are the place of my fantasies. So in a moment, I'd like for anybody, if you're willing to share your fantasies. You think you might? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you think you might? Anybody here think you might share your fantasy in a second?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
So what I'm going to do is just really quickly explain fantasy meditation. So you have your regular meditation where you're focusing on your breathing, you're focusing on your body, you're just being in your present mind, right? You guys all know that meditation. Well, I found that to be extremely boring, just personally. Not that it's not good, it's excellent, it's wonderful. You should definitely do it. If you don't know how to meditate, please start with just quieting your mind, focusing on your breath. You can listen to the water outside, you can listen to an air conditioner, whatever it is. But sitting down for an hour and just fantasizing like you would when you were a child, right? Just fantasizing about all kinds of things. And one question I like to ask myself is, if I had $100 million, how would I spend it? If I had $1 billion, how would I spend it? Right now, I'm up to $1 trillion, right? My fantasies have gotten really involved, right? There are a lot of women in my family. No, how do I spend? PG-13. PG-13. So, do you guys fantasize? Do you guys like spend time doing it?
Often.
Often, Anne, you do it often.
Oh yes, I live in my head.
It's excellent. It's fun. How about you, Alex? Do you ever fantasize, like for the fun of fantasy?
I do twice a day, morning and night, after I read this Tony Robbins thing, and I like the idea a lot. So I visualize the best case scenario for the goals I want to achieve, and I just associate intense pleasure to them. And the funny thing that happens is I have a very specific emotion I feel when I visualize those emotions. And sometimes I'll be going by my daily routine, and I'll feel that emotion because I realize the thing I'm doing right now is working towards that specific goal. So it's crazy. It's kind of surreal.
Yeah, you can once you get used to those fantasies as you're living your everyday life, you kind of feel those emotions, and it can let you know, oh, there's something here. So Tony Robbins is stealing my ideas. That's kind of cool. I really like it. Okay. How about you guys? Anybody else fantasize? You guys spend any time fantasizing? It's okay if you don't. It's fine. I mean, so there's fantasizing about your goal, right? And that's really fun. That's really wonderful. But then there's also just fantasizing about stuff, you know? Like sometimes I fantasize about. No, I can't reveal that. I fantasize what it's like, what I'll be like when I'm an old man. I fantasize like what I would do. I fantasize what would I do if I look for gadgets online. Like there's this flying drone. Okay, there's this drone. And it flies and it records, and all you do is like you take it and you throw it up into the air and it flies and it follows you around and it records you for like 20 minutes. And I was like, I don't have money for it now, but I'll fantasize it. I'll fantasize it as much as I can. So does anybody here have a fantasy that will be willing to share?
Sure, right here.
Awesome.
I have a fantasy. Probably I would love to have it a reality one day. Is that I live really like it's right in the heart in the countryside, and it's very quiet. There's a lot of nature, and I dig my own pond by hand, and I fill it up, and I put fish in it, and ducks and all kinds of nature can come and swim in it, and I can swim in it as well. And the funny thing is that I've told my husband about this fantasy, and he says, well, you might want to watch for leeches in the pond. But it still doesn't destroy my image of really having that connection with nature, not just having to live it in my head, but just appreciating it every day, because that's something that I need for grounding. And
that's a beautiful fantasy. A nice place in the countryside, a pond that you dig yourself.
I think we'll take yours. I want that one too.
Yeah, I think
well, you're welcome to come. So.
I would take that, leeches and all, okay? I don't care what.
Maybe no leeches.
If leeches is the price I have to pay for a home in the countryside, no?
We don't want leeches. I'll put some kind of pond, like a circulation in the pond, so that it'll discourage leeches, or a liner or something. I don't know. I'll figure that one.
See, that's the thing with fantasies. You don't have to be so specific. You don't have to be whatever it is. You can just think about it. I really love that. That's a good fantasy, Anne. Thank you so much for that. Anybody else have fantasies? Alex?
I want to be famous enough to be on Oprah.
Ah, yeah. Oh yeah, an Oprah fantasy, yeah, on the Oprah network. Okay, so if you're, what would you like to talk about with Oprah? What would you like her to ask you?
Probably something about life-defining things.
Yeah.
About
blow up your mind.
Yeah, I mean, not. There's so much with what we associate pain and pleasure to that defines our entire life that you can literally, like, you could associate pain to stabbing people if you wanted to. Not that it'd be a good thing, but that's only a bad thing, because that's what society teaches you is bad.
It's only bad because society says it's bad. I like that. No, but that's cool. I think the Oprah thing is excellent. You know, I'd be a sweaty mess if I was talking to Oprah, but in a fantasy, I can enjoy it. I can definitely enjoy it. That's really cool. I like that, Alex. Thank you so much for that. Anybody else have fantasies that would be willing to share?
Me.
Sam?
Okay. So I talk about it all the time. I really want to have a center down south. So Mexico, Hawaii, I'm not sure where exactly.
Hawaii's not down south.
Well, okay, so I want to be in Hawaii. I want to have a center where, so we're doing all this personal development stuff. I want to do appreciation walks on a beach. I want to do community discussions by campfire. I want to have an organic farm. I want to have a community of people who are working on this organic farm, who are horseback riding, really like just that's what I want to do. Like I want my business to become that. So I'm a life coach. I want to be doing life coaching like sitting by a river. I want to do it walking and hiking and getting exercise. And yeah, I mean, I could go on and on, you know, up at night staring at the stars, you know, all of that fun stuff. That's really what I want, and I think it's possible.
It's possible.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Very cool.
I'll be there with you.
Yes,
yeah.
Come down.
I'll make a pond in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll also set up massage therapy there for everybody.
Yes,
just anybody who's sore, feet, anything. Because like, so relaxing.
That's part of my dream, is that I want to have other teachers, other helpers, other people who are interested in this sort of stuff, like all of us doing our thing, making money and supporting one another, and just like really community oriented.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. You need the money for that. That's really cool. I really like that. That's excellent. I want to get to, just in case anybody wants to share their fantasy, I want to give you a chance to, because I know we're pushing the end time here, but anybody else want to share their fantasy? I have a fantasy. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, okay? It's crazy. It's weird. It's nothing like you've heard before. It really is a fantasy of mine. I don't want it to happen, but if it did happen, I think I would kind of like it. I fantasize about solitary confinement, okay? I fantasize, what crime could I commit that isn't so serious, but that I could end up in solitary confinement. Now, I know it's crazy, but just the idea of being in a closed room for like 5 years. I'm just joking. Anyway, I fantasize about just being alone for the longest time. Now, I guess I could accept a cabin in the woods if I had to. But just I fantasize about being alone. What if I could be alone for a year? What could I produce after a year? What ideas could I get after a year? What would I do? And when I think about that, I get tingles. I get pleasure from it. And so, don't judge me, but I would like to. I fantasize about solitary confinement. I fantasize about other things too. I'm not a complete weirdo, but I think about that.
Quick question for you, Peter. Is it that it's the psychology that you want to understand of the frame of mind, being in a confined space by yourself for such a long time? Is that it?
No, the psychology I imagine is pretty bad. I don't really want that. What I want is just to be in a place where no one can interrupt me, where I can just think for hours and hours, all day, days and days, just by myself. So without the, we live in a world where your cell phone rings and you get emails and you get all these things. Well, I just imagine, what if I could live in a life where I got none of that, where no one perturbed me, where nobody interrupted my train of thought? How far could I go?
Do you have access to internet?
No, I don't have access to internet, but I would have a book. I would have a book or two in solitary confinement. Yeah.
1 or 2. 2 books for 5 years.
Well, let's say a book a week. A book a week. Oh my God, you guys are making me think about my fantasy a little too much. It's supposed to be frivolous. That's the point. The exercise that I want, the reason I come up with this topic is because I really think it's an important characteristic. So we see it in children. We also see it in imaginative, creative people. They fantasize all the time, I mean, Steve Jobs created the iPhone and the iPad, but I bet he had 30 other ideas that he never got around to, right? 30 other grandiose ideas that, in some ways, influences what he does here today. So I want to encourage people, meditate, but with your fantasies. Meditate with visions of things that don't really matter that much. Susan, do you think that if you had a fantasy that you really enjoyed, that would make life a little bit better?
Yeah, I have, of course, but I can't tell you.
You can what?
I cannot tell you.
Oh yeah, you can't tell me. Those are the best fantasies.
I have some fantasy, of course, from time to time, but I cannot tell in public.
I won't. Don't worry. I won't insist.
Next time I will find something I fancy which I can't tell. Okay, actually, I still have some fantasy I can talk here. I fantasy one day I can talk. I can speak English very good, just like you guys. Speak English like I speak Chinese. So this is one of my fantasies sometimes,
That's pretty good.
Well, you're getting there.
Yeah,
you're getting there.
Thank you for encouraging. Yeah.
I really like that. Elvira, do you have? So Elvira, I won't tell you. I won't ask you what your fantasies are, but do you spend time thinking about fantasies? Like, is that something that you do?
You somebody what?
Yeah, but
No, I'm sorry. I was just picking on Elvira.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I
Go
thought
ahead.
it was more like visualization for me. Because whatever I thought about, it kind of came true. So, but I do want to start the fantasy, like the complete one. Is I got your idea. I want to have this island I would go to, like where nobody leaves, or maybe like 1, 2 more people, and we're surviving on the island, and like all nature and water around. So I want to really fantasize about it, like every day, and let's see how to have this imaginary world I would go to.
That's way better than my fantasy. Why do I want to go to jail? I just need an island. What am I thinking?
With zombies.
That is way better than my fantasy. Elvira, that's really cool. I really like that. Maybe I wouldn't have 1 or 2 people, but no, I'm kidding. That's actually really cool. I really like that. You guys are awesome. Susan, thank you so much for sharing your fantasy with us. I know there's going to be a lot of people who fantasize about being able to speak English the same way we do. I fantasize about speaking French. I fantasize about speaking Spanish, honestly. I think about that all the time. So I completely get that fantasy. Really cool. Beatty, are you still there?
Don't think so.
Don't think so. Okay, so we won't pick on Beatty.
I'm kind of here. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. I just want to know before we get going, do you have a fantasy, or do you spend time thinking about fantasies?
Actually, no. I keep asking. I don't know what my passion is. I'm still looking for it. I still don't know what would make me super happy. I'm just trying to be happy, but I don't know what is the fantasy. Only have like. Well, I would say like staring at stars at night would be nice too.
Yeah.
Down south in the tropical places, in the ocean, looking at colorful fish would be nice too. I don't know what is the best for me.
Well, look, I think that's an excellent place for us to end because that's exactly the point that I want to make, right? Some of us, like Anne and I, we have fantasies. We think about them all the time. It's super easy, you know? You talk to somebody who doesn't have fantasies, and you're like, what? Oh, my God, you can have all these fantasies. But the way you create a fantasy is the same way you start finding your passion. You just start anywhere. Me, I start with a question, you know, what would I do with $100 million? And then after I go with paying my bills and giving money to my family, then what would I do? You know, what business would I start? What would I do? And then that's how I start my train of thought with my fantasies. Beta, you could start with, okay, I want to look at the stars down south. Okay, well, we're down south, and what would I do during the day before the stars come out, you know? And you just start, you're not trying to decide on goals, right? You're just trying to be imaginative for fun's sake. So the thoughts, when you think of a thought and it gives you a kind of a warm feeling, then you stay with that thought and you make it better. You make it better. How long would you stay down south? Would you want to stay there all year long? You know, you just start thinking about it without thinking about the limitations, how much it's going to cost, how you're going to get there, who you're going to go with. You just think about the details that are pleasing to you, even if they might not make any sense. And that's why I start with, what if I had $1 million? What if I had $1 billion? So you're just trying to think. It's an exercise of thought that has no consequence other than it makes you feel good. It's not a goal that you're setting that you're going to feel bad if you don't achieve. It's just a thought that you're thinking that puts you in a different state of mind. And I just know it colors your entire experience, not only for that day, for the week, but for your life. Once you have these thoughts in your mind, once you have these places that you can go to, then the next time you're stuck in traffic, the next time you're standing in line at a grocery store, the next time you're bored somewhere, you can just go into your fantasy for just a few minutes and just enjoy it. And it really helps you to get more positive thoughts. It helps you to stabilize yourself. And it helps you to become a more fun person to talk to, a more fun person to interact with, because your mind is filled with these ideas. So challenge yourself to develop fantasies. You start the fantasy by asking yourself a simple question: what do I like and how can I do that more often? What would I do if I had $1 million? And then don't stop yourself with logic. Just be illogical, right? Don't think about the leeches. Don't think about the raccoon. Just think about what might be fun. And you know you found a fantasy when it makes you feel a little bit good. Just a little bit good. And then if you keep going, then you're going to feel a lot better. Look, it's 7:38. I've got to end the show. But I want to thank you guys so much for coming out. You really, all of you, Alex and Beatty, Elvira and Susan, of course Sam, you guys made this a really fun show. I hope you had a fun time.
Yeah, of course.
It's fun to talk about these fantasies. So we're going to see what we're going to talk about next week. But the last thing we have to do just before I let you go is a segment called What's for Dinner? And that's when you tell me, what did you eat in the last 7 days, or even including today, that you enjoyed? It doesn't have to be special. It doesn't have to be flamboyant. Alex is going to have something amazing, I'm sure. But it doesn't have to be so special.
Or something you're going to eat.
Or something that you're going to eat that you're looking forward to. So anything. So maybe we'll start with
me.
Sam.
I'm all about food all the time. So we're going to make sausages on the barbecue. I had him carry tons of bags of corn over here, corn on the cob. So corn on the cob, salad, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to make your mojito finally?
Maybe some mojito.
With a lime this time?
Yeah.
Very cool. Excellent. So Sam's going to have corn on the cob and sausages. That's what we're both going to have. What about you guys? What's for dinner? Anybody?
Okay,
Make some.
okay, go ahead.
I will make some fish. I already have pasta. And for the past week, I want to promote quinoa. I heard it's very healthy and the taste is not bad, so I suggest everybody to eat quinoa.
Very cool. So Beatty, you want to go next?
Yeah. Well, last week, Friday, was my birthday. I went to Terramari, and I had a huge plate of seafood, and it was so delicious.
Oh, good. And happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yay, congratulations.
And I was just hungry, so I made myself, when I was not showing my image, I made some tomato in maple syrup.
You've always got something interesting for us. Tomato and maple syrup. That's very interesting. That's very cool. I love that. Susan, what's for dinner?
Okay, for the dinner, I think it's a little bit different. For you, I heard of that. All of you, it seems like your dinner for you, it's a big meal. You have lots of sense. For me, it's very simple. It's just a piece of bread and some fruits some salad. That's it. Usually that's for my dinner. But for I know that here people they all like have their dinner, the big meal. But for me, usually the big meal is for lunch. So maybe because I have something with my work, but because usually I work at in home, I just work on the computer. So I have time to prepare my lunch, And for the supper, why I eat so simple? That's because I think I don't need that much energy anymore. After that I'm going to sleep, so I don't get fat.
Well, I think that's a very good and rational way of eating, but very, very cool. Not to knock anybody who's eating a big meal tonight. Very cool, Susan. What about you guys? I'm looking at you, Anne.
Okay. This week I had a good meal my husband made. I just prepared chopped the food, and he made a spicy stir fry with some rice. It was delicious.
Very cool. I really like that. Nice spicy stir fry. What about you, Alex?
I had this vegan brownie that was made with fudge and peanut butter and some like raisins and nuts and stuff, and it was a lot better than regular non-vegan brownies.
Challenge accepted. Very interesting. Nice. Cool. Excellent. Brownies and Elvira.
No,
she said it already. Yeah. You said it already. Yes, you said it already. Excellent. Well, I think we're all hungry. Maybe even Susan will eat a big meal tonight. You guys are really awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. I hope to see you guys next week. Have a nice time, guys. Go fast.
Okay, have a nice time.
Thank you. Bye.
You're awesome. Very cool.
Very nice to meet you.
Bye, alligator. Take care, Susan. Bye, Anne.
Okay, take care, all of you.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Well, that was a lot of fun.
Very fun.
Very cool.
Oh, we didn't prepare ourselves.
Well, we know the event. At least I know mine.
Cool. Do it.
You gonna check yours? Okay, so guys, keep an eyes open. August 22nd, we're having another big event. It's called Shatter. And that's where we're going to be tackling the 10 law of attraction myths, okay? As I've been doing this over the past few years, I find people have these fundamental beliefs about the law of attraction that don't actually serve them. It can kind of get confusing, something very simple to keep in mind. Like some people think as soon as they're thinking a negative thought, something negative is going to happen to them. And so they get paranoid about their thoughts, right? Not only are they worried about their negative thoughts, but every time they think a negative thought, they think something's going to fall on their head. So I want to encourage people to use the law of attraction, and I want to do so by tackling the 10 law of attraction myths. Some of them you've heard of, some of them you have not heard of. You definitely want to come to this event, August 22nd at 2:30. It's a $20 event, although we have a early bird special that ends tomorrow, and that's only $15. And keep in mind that all our premium membership is $24 a month. You come for free. So I'm going to keep that in mind.
So my events are full.
They're all full.
So Self-Discovery Montreal meetup group, if you're interested in future events, take a look. But for now, I'll tell more about what's happening in Law of Attraction Montreal.
Cool.
So Valerie is doing an atelier en français sur nos illusions. So Valerie, nos illusions.
Oh, okay, the way you said it sounds so weird. Nos illusions.
No illusions.
You said it right.
Nos
you said it right.
Okay.
I'm picking
so that's in French. If you're interested in learning from Valerie, life coach, she's doing that on Tuesday, August 18th.
Yeah, you absolutely want to go check that out. She's doing a workshop. It's going to be great. All of her reviews are always awesome. Go check her out.
Other than that, we have a social potluck barbecue. It's full. I guess we'll probably try and do another one before the end of the summer. We're trying to get all those outdoor stuff. So Shatter, Appreciationist, Infinity, August 30th, outdoors.
Yeah, Infinity this time around is going to be outdoors. It's only $5. Yeah. We're going to sit down outdoors and answer all your questions. It's going to be super, super fun.
And then there's just tons of other things coming up for Law of Attraction Montreal, finding your passion, group discussion, community discussions, all sorts of stuff.
To find more information about that, go to the website.
The lawofattraction.ca.
Yes, lawofattraction.ca, and click on calendar, and you're going to see all our events there. So go check it out.
Can I promote?
No, that's it.
Yeah, I want to promote.
That's it. There's nothing to
promote. I now have videos on my website, so if you guys are interested in seeing me talk about inspiring stuff, I just started a little while ago. I'm still a little shy about it, but now they're on my website, so SamanthaBarley.com.
SamanthaBarley.com. Go check it out. I put up the video section. She made the videos, and she does the whole website. But, you know, I put up the video section, so I get all the credit.
He's helpful. He's helpful, yeah.
I'm going to go make some corn now, shuck some corn. But I hope you guys exercise your ability to fantasize. Don't take it too seriously. Have fun doing it. And thank you so much for participating with the show. Join us next week for another exciting episode of The Appreciationist. Take care, guys. Bye.